One
After
second.
this one, I'm going to draw a picture of a suit.
It doesn't have to be all the time, but it's good to just know what you're doing. I'm gonna see if I can go live about this. Quite cool. Hi, Sabrina Ben Sami. I think I just dropped something, pal. Did you see? Sorry, I just dropped something. I think it's the ruler.
Yeah.
Paolo's here with me. Do you want to say hello, pal?
Hi, guys.
Can't see you. Yay! He's just drawing. I just wanted to share something with you that was really pressing. I just had a conversation with someone really, really powerful. And we were talking about, now, if you don't know me personally, you won't know that one of my hobbies is I like to study neurology, psychology, and language. So I'm always talking about what does the com mean? What does the ist mean? Because once you understand of the birth, the root of these words, you then understand these words much deeper. And one of the words we just spoke about was the word remember. So I just want you to think about that for a moment. What does remember mean to you? So in the basic sense, we go, oh, I remember being here. And we go, oh, it's a memory. I'm recalling a memory. But if you kind of connect it to the fact that thoughts become things, and you understand that the re as a precursor is to go back, and the member is an individual or component. So when you're saying remember, you're bringing together. And just to make a little bit more sense, I didn't title this live, sorry, is the premise of how much are you choosing to remember? And I will say that with a purposeful pause of remember. How much are you choosing to go back and reconnect with your own bloodline, your own ancestral lineage, and evoke from the ether the energy from that which you can go forth and create what you desire to create. Let me just explain it just a little bit to hope that you get it. So when I'm talking about remembering, our ancestors left us with a very, very powerful proverb that goes like this. And it's one of Yasmin's favorites. I know Yasmin will be happy for me to make sure I remember to say that it takes a village to raise a child. So in all your efforts that you're putting in with regards to academics, with regards to building brands, whatever it is, whatever you desire to assist your children to immerse in. Hi, Francesca. I'm using a different setup now, so I can't even really see who's on live, just because you commented. So hi, darling. I'm on the MacBook instead of my phone, sorry. So basically, if you start listening, reconnecting with that essence of the remember and the proverb, it takes a village, I challenge you to think of who is the you in your life that you can go to that supports you, and more importantly, what village are you connected to? I think a lot of us, we have this illusion that we are all disconnected, discombobulated. So I'm kind of thinking more of this kind of superficial essence of separation, because we're not really all separate. We are all connected. But just if you just run with it for me. So in the finer sense of us being fragmented, being around, a lot of us come from single parent families, fragmented families. There's different levels of breakdown, and depending on your family, that breakdown will impact you in different ways. But would you agree that one key component that can unify you, unite you, is the premise of it takes a village? Okay, it takes a village can be translated into it takes a community, it takes a family. But what is that hub or network of support that you can tap back into? Now, here's the thing. Would you agree that when you go alone, you can go fast, but if you go together, you can go further? Okay, I'll say it again. If you're alone, you can go fast. So you can zap up the road, you can zap over there, you can go and get this done, you can kind of zap everywhere, a bit like a busy bee. But if you are a part of a village, family, network, team, whatever you want to deem it, you can go further. Why? Because of the very simple essence that we all have different skill sets, different weaknesses. So in a kingdom, for example, you have your guards, but the guardsmen don't have the same duties and responsibility as the king. You have the jester. The jester doesn't have the same duty and responsibility as the people that are the cooks. So if you imagine who are the different members in your village, in your family, in your community that are going to be your dream team to assist you with the building of your family generational empire that will ultimately build towards financial freedom. I really want that to permeate, saturate every cell in your body. And I want you, and I really call upon you, okay, to remember. Remember, you are not alone. Okay, there is someone somewhere that is celebrating you, praying for you. See, I've got to make a very heartfelt appreciation of gratitude. One of the things that I equate any of our achievements, success, whatever you deem it, is because the levels of gratitude and appreciations that we have for people in our life. And one of the things that we've always had since day dot, when we first birthed in 2006 on social media, I think 2007 more prominently, is that I would have people from different walks of life speaking different languages that would send me prayers. Just sit with that for a minute. Is that someone somewhere right now is praying for you, is celebrating you, and is supporting you from afar, and don't doubt it. So no matter how much you may feel alone, no matter how much things may be perceived, there is someone somewhere that is celebrating you. And Lachey wrote about this, Lachey and Trayshawn wrote about this in their first ever Kids That Dream Big book, about there's someone somewhere celebrating you. And sometimes, no matter when we're having a long day that with a lot of contrast showing up in our lives, and the reason I'm purposely using the word contrast, because it's just that. How do I know what hot is if I don't know what cold is? So someone somewhere is celebrating you. The other truth is that, and these are belief systems that you have to teach yourself because they are actually reality. Someone somewhere is rooting for you. Someone somewhere is waiting for you to turn to them. And I'm disregarding all of the times when you go, well, every time I've done that, it didn't work. Every time this happens, it doesn't work. I'm telling you, there is someone that you've never met before that would love to support you and become a part of your village. And I don't care if you're an orphan. There are some amazing stories, and I'll give you some that maybe you can connect to. So Les Brown is a very famous one that we know that was adopted and went out and touched the lives of so many. I had the pleasure of connecting with Manny Lopez. Oh God, this week we had a phenomenal conversation, and he has created a platform called From Orphan to CEO. So there are people that started off somewhat, felt like no one wanted me. My own parents, it's not a question of not wanting you, but they're not there. So some people say that they don't want me. Some people, it's different reasons, that people become orphans for different variations. But my point is that even if you have somewhat seemingly started life by yourself and feel alone, someone somewhere is waiting for you to put up your hand and just say, I need some help. I don't know how to do this. I'm scared. I need support. I'm building my team. I'm building a village. Because when we ask, it's given. The trouble is sometimes we don't ask. And I'm really calling upon you to remember. I'm calling upon you to remember the essence of you didn't come here by mistake. Your share existence is a miracle. Your share existence of each and every one of your children is also a miracle. So chances are that there's something outside your current awareness that has created you, that continues to sustain you and shall continue to sustain you beyond your wildest dreams as you go into form, through form, and out of form. Because the other thing is that you are eternal. There's the very essence of who you are is eternal. Yes, this body comes and goes, but the true essence of who you really are is eternal. So if you start stepping into that version of your higher self and you choose to remember, you will be able to evoke the energy that creates lives and creates worlds. And I really challenge you that when you are working with your children, cause them to remember, because we are so much more than the finite body that we see. We are spiritual beings having a physical experience. And when we tap into that innate power, that transcends time and space. That's the difference that makes the difference. That's when the true magic will start to take place. And that's when you see the actualization of the remembering, the coming together of that which you chose to birth into this world. So come on, guys, go out there and have some fun. And I'm speaking to you directly, because when you choose to remember, when you choose to reconnect, and everybody takes the role within the village, that's when we can go further together collectively. And the first layer of that is the foundation, is taking care of yourself, healing yourself, and being vulnerable. Okay, sometimes asking for help or calling on someone, people say it's a weakness, it looks bad, it's embarrassing. I would rather feel embarrassed for a moment and then allow myself to be liberated for the rest of my life, instead of living a life that's I can't even put it into words, because I can't really fathom it, because it's outside my current belief system. Living a life that's not true to the person that I am. Okay, and I challenge you to do the same, whereby overcome your ego, pride, and allow yourself to be vulnerable for that share moment that it may feel a bit uncomfortable, but at least you know, in order to exchange that moment of discomfort for a lifetime of freedom. So I challenge you just to remember. Take good care of yourself.